Well, guys, I'm wondering why I'm in front of my TV is because today is the 25th and I'll be on TV with my Edsel, and it's going to be the very first time, and I'm kind of excited, so this is probably going to be a little lame. But for those who aren't in Ohio and can't get to the video or the TV channel, this is so you guys could get to see it as well as I get to see it. So I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for viewing, and I'll catch you later.
Nothing says home days like classic cars. At least that's the plan in Brook Park, Ohio. Hi, I'm Bill Bronca. Welcome to Cruisin'. Today we set up shop at the Cruisin' for Heroes in Brook Park, Ohio, raising money for wounded warriors and enjoying a lot of classic cars here at their home days, because we all know you can live in your car, but you can't drive your house. Let's check it out. So how did you end up with us?
In 2011, my husband decided, he had been looking before, and finally he found one for sale on eBay and contacted the person, and we went out to Haynesville and he bought it.
And when your husband bought that car, you're like, great.
Yeah, because it was his dream car, and I was really glad that he had a chance and an opportunity to buy one.
And how long had you been listening to your husband talk about this car?
Years. I don't know how many.
So your husband took it to shows, and then he passed, and now it's yours.
Correct.
So, what do you really, besides the fact that this was your husband's dream, what do you really love about this car?
It's just a classic. It's perfect. I don't drive it. My daughter drives it. She enjoys driving it, and we enjoy car shows.
You got your own driver?
I have my own driver.
Do you recommend all classic car show people to have their own driver?
No, not really. Most people like to drive their own car. I know she likes to drive it, and I don't care if I do or not, so we let her drive it.
Okay. So
she takes care of it too, so.
When you look at the car from the inside, because you're in the passenger seat, you get to enjoy it. What do you really like about it? This is a different era.
It's just, like I say, it's fun to have it, to go to car shows, and you meet interesting people. That's what I really love about the fact that I inherited it.
And that was my next question. What do you like about the car show?
You meet a lot of people, you make friends, people that you know for years.
So I'm guessing when you get in this car or just like look at it, a lot of memories?
Oh yeah.
What's like your favorite memory?
We used to get in the car on a Saturday morning and just drive, and then stay overnight somewhere and then drive back. So we had a lot of road trips in this car.
What do you think brought the most joy to your husband about this?
Just having it, just owning it, and being able to drive it and go to car shows and stuff.
A 52 Chevy Deluxe. Why did you want this car?
I happened to see it in somebody's driveway. Okay, so I was dickering with the guy. He finally took the amount that I want to spend for it, and this is it for now. I worked on it. It's a stock 52 Chevy Deluxe. This is my car. This is my baby.
What drew you to this car? I know you saw it, but what did you really like about it?
My dad had one close to this, so that's why I got it.
Tell me about that color. That's very unusual.
It's a grayish color, but it's got a little blue contrast to it. I bought it like that. The guy had it repainted, same color.
One of the first things that jumps out about your baby is kind of the accents. But you just trusted someone to do it? Tell me about that.
He did it in the garage. He says, just let me do what I got to do, and I left him alone. He did all the increment work on it, on the fenders, on the hood, in the back, put my wife's name and mine on it, did the dash on the inside. He did all kind of stuff to it. He says, give me what you think. I said, I got $75. I'll take it.
Wait a minute, he did all that for $75? That's not just kidding?
$75.
Oh, I was just going to say I wanted to work for you, but not now. You're too cheap. Tell me about the interior. I love those old dashboards. What do you like about it?
It's just old. I mean, there's no other, it's antique. That's what's good about it.
You're a mafia guy. How helpful is that huge trunk?
I haven't put anybody in there yet.
What's it like to drive?
It's tough. It's because it doesn't have power steering.
What's your favorite thing about this car?
The way I drive it around. Just drive it around and have fun with it. That's all. Put my arm out the window. Just got a steering wheel.
How do you pick out just the right radio?
That's one thing it needs, is a new radio. Anybody got a new radio for my car out there? Hey.
We're just getting started, and you know what? It didn't take long to figure out our favorite part of home days is out here in the parking lot. We've got more coming up from Cruising for Heroes on Cruising. Stick around. Welcome back to Cruising for Heroes from Brook Park, Ohio on Cruising. You're a Pinto guy. How did you become a Pinto guy? No one's a Pinto guy.
Actually, back in high school, my girlfriend bought a brand new Pinto. Fun car, fun toy, yeah. So I found this on National Dragster. I wanted something more streetable than what I had. In case I break something, I could put a motor in it and drive it. So that's why we got a street car.
But this is a historic car. Did you know about all this? Tell me about the history of this.
Back in the early 90s, late 80s, Hot Rod Magazine had what they called the fastest streetcar shootout. They ran to Memphis, Orlando, all that. He had a 351 Cleveland in it. With 2 bottles of nitrous, he would empty both bottles every run. So yeah, it's a piece of history. It is one of the top 10 fastest streetcars in America.
Tell me about the engine now.
Okay, right now it's a Ford Motorsport Block 460, Ford stroked out. Comes almost be a 588 cubic inch, which we can see here.
How many people ask you if you're insane?
A lot. Yes.
And your answer?
Crazy.
So why do you love this car?
Would I say it's cheaper than Cedar Point? No. But on a roller coaster, on the hills, the spirals, you're just there. This, I'm somewhat in control of it, trying to keep it in its own lane, okay?
What's the fun part of doing this?
Just the rush, the adrenaline, the speed. Just say, you leave the starting line, you pull a 1.2 second 60-foot time. The wheels are 2 feet in the air. You hit second gear, it's still at 2 feet. Hit third gear, it carries about a foot. Touches down, I'll hit fourth gear, still pull the wheels 6 inches. Carry them about 3 inches through fifth gear. Pull the parachute and snap. That's fun.
Wait, this is for sale?
Yes.
Why?
I want something a little bit safer, and I can go faster, okay? Going 155 mile an hour in a Pinto is just dangerous. To run this big a motor in this short of a car is stupid.
This was your graduation present?
Yeah. My parents were gonna surprise me with it at my graduation party, and they were gonna we were gonna walk by, and my dad was gonna be like, "Hey, how do you like this car?" and then hand me the keys. But prom was coming up, and he's like, "Oh, let him roll in style," you know. And we're looking at he's looking at cars, not telling me and stuff. And one day he goes, "Hey, we're thinking about getting you a gift for graduation, and we're gonna get you a car." And I was like, "Oh, okay." In my head, I thought maybe something newer. But then I realized I was in my family, so I was like, "No, it's gonna be something older." He's looking. He shows a all blue Gran Torino, like bumpers were painted, everything. And he's like, "There's this," and I'm looking. I go, "I like it." And he showed me the Edsel. I'm looking at it. And I go, "Wow, I want that." You know. And he goes, "Are you sure?" I go, "Yeah." So I got the Edsel, and I remember when I first started working on it, he tells me not to do anything stupid with it. 3 to 4 years later, now it looks like this, you know.
What was the color? It's moon what?
It's moonrise gray and a snow white. I looked it up online. I wanted to, because when my dad said make it original, I went right at it. You know, I looked up online like the original color for everything.
Basically, you get this car, and one of the first things you do is just take the engine apart?
When I would start it, a little puff of smoke would come out the exhaust. And he goes, "Oh, that's probably, you know, your heads or whatever." I go, okay. And then like the next day I go, hey Dad, I'm gonna go work on the Edsel. He's like, all right, go ahead. Me and my older brother walk out and start just tearing apart the engine. I remember I'm like, hey Dad, here's what I did. And he's like, do you know what you're doing? I go, absolutely not, there's only one way to learn, While I had that done, I got the exhaust done, and, it was a big opportunity to get a lot done, and,
What are some of your favorite parts about it? I mean, I'm looking at the turn signals are different, the side mirrors, like there are just so many unique things to this car.
What do I like about it?
Yeah.
I think what I like most about it is considered the ugliest car, and it's like one of those things that's so ugly it's pretty, and it's like the side mirrors, I mean they don't work, but they're there, it's just overall like, I don't know, it's just a cool car. Like, it's weird, like, because a younger kid, they're usually into like, Hondas or the newer cars, but me, there's something about this car that just,
The dash looks ahead of its time.
the whole car itself is like way ahead of its time. Like we believe, because that's what was only around for 3 years, 58, 59, and 60. After that, it was, people were like, oh, it's ugly, it's this, it's that, Out of all my cars and the cars at my house, this is the most reliable car.
One of the things about this that you don't see is the wraparound windshield.
Yeah. On both back and front, and it's like a fish tank, And then the windows, there's no post. It's a hard top, so all the windows roll down. If you're in there driving, dancing, everybody's gonna see you dance, So I have to drive,
So this car is ruining your dancing career?
Yes, it is. It is. My dancing career is downhill from this car.
As great a time as we've had here in Brook Park, we're also here for a reason. For Wounded Heroes, and the man who put all this together is Ken Volpe. Ken, this is such an amazing event. How did this get started?
On May 12th of 2012, my son was blown up by an IED in Afghanistan. And when we were at Walter Reed Medical Center, there was 80 rooms that were filled with men and women with no arms and no legs. And my wife and I just said to each other, we got to do something. And this is what we came up with to help our soldiers wounded in combat.
Such a great event for so many of us to come to, but what's the most rewarding part for you?
The most rewarding part is when I help a soldier and their family looks at me with tears in their eyes and just thanks for what we do. And we do it unselfishly, and my wife and I donate 100% of what we raise to a soldier in one form or another. We've landscaped soldiers' house in North Carolina. We give them cash for Christmas gifts, whatever their needs are.
We appreciate you letting us be just a small part of this. Thank you so much for having us, and of course, we'll see you for year number 4.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ken. Thank you for joining us on Cruising. We'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys. And this was kind of self-indulgent because I wanted to record the first time me being on TV to keep it in record. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I hope you enjoyed your cruise down to Lashment Road.